things. What happens when a guy is single and he doesn't want to be? What does he do? And they'll all say things like, he starts working out, perfect. Starts getting serious about his career, cares about his car, makes sure his car is always clean, make sure he smells right, make sure he looks right, talks a big game, maybe gets serious about his finances. Perfect, okay. And then what happens? Somewhere on the spectrum between I want to get laid to I want to get married, wherever you fall on that spectrum at that time in your life, what happens as soon as you get that? And then everybody starts laughing because they realize, well, I stopped working out, I stopped caring about my car, my career takes second to my woman, or whatever your situation is, right? Okay. Well, what was the goal? It wasn't any of those things. You were doing those things for the goal was I want to get laid or I want to get married, somewhere in that spectrum. The behavior is I have to do these things in order to get that. As soon as I get that, I no longer have the motivation to do those.
Drinking chia water every morning, booking Pilates classes, or waking up at 4 a.m. These are just a few things influencers swear by. They sound great in theory, but let's ask an honest question. Are they really going to work for you? Watching influencers live their perfect lives can be inspiring, but copying them can often leave you frustrated and feeling out of place. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about why following influencers blindly can hurt your personal growth and how you can start building a growth blueprint that truly fits your life. Let's dive in. When you don't have a plan tailored to your life, copying someone else's routine can lead to burnout. Instead of finding what works for you, you end up jumping into random habits and hoping for the best. This scattergun approach isn't sustainable, and it's where many people lose motivation. The truth is, influencers succeed because of unique factors, their timing, networks, and backgrounds. These are things you can't replicate. Following them blindly is like wearing someone else's clothes. Sure, it might look good on them, but it's unlikely to fit you the same way. Let's take an example. An influencer says waking up at 5 a.m. changed their life. It works for them because they control their schedule. But if you're a student juggling classes and a part-time job, or an employee working late nights, forcing this habit will only drain you. Instead of growth, you'll end up feeling like you're failing. And here's the kicker. Even well-meaning influencers can unintentionally steer you away from what's right for you. For instance, you might follow a successful entrepreneur who preaches grind 24/7, but your values center on family time. Trying to mirror their lifestyle could leave you burned out and questioning your priorities. What you see online is only a highlight reel. Influencers rarely share the full story, their struggles, their privileges, and the support systems that help them. Without this context, it's easy to set unrealistic expectations and face disappointment. So what's the solution? How can you grow without copying others? It starts with creating your own blueprint, a flexible, personalized approach to personal growth that reflects your values, goals, and circumstances. Let's break it down. Define your values. Start by answering these questions. What do you truly want? What resources do you have to get there? What are your core values, and how do they align with your goals? Most importantly, how do you define success? Write these answers down. Having clarity about your values helps you build a foundation for growth that feels meaningful. For example, some people chase financial freedom by cutting corners or compromising their principles. But if the process doesn't align with your values, even success can feel hollow. Growth only matters when it aligns with what truly fulfills you. Set clear goals. Next, set realistic, actionable goals. Instead of vague ambitions like, I want to be successful, break it into achievable steps. For instance, save $5,000 in 6 months. Read 2 books on emotional intelligence by March. These smaller, concrete goals are more motivating and easier to track. Remember, no one achieves overnight success. Stay patient and give yourself grace. Experiment. Personal growth isn't one size fits all. You'll need to try different approaches and see what works. For example, waking up at 5 a.m. might sound productive, but if you're a night owl, you'll be more effective scheduling work around your natural energy peaks. Similarly, journaling might feel like a chore for some. If that's you, try weekly audio reflections instead. The key is consistency and openness to finding what fits your life. Iterate. Finally, stick with your blueprint for a while and assess how it's working. But remember, life changes, and so should your approach. Your goals at 20 will likely look very different at 30. Maybe you've moved to a new country, started a family, or switched careers. Adjust your blueprint to fit your evolving priorities. Success isn't about mimicking others, it's about designing a life that's true to you. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. And tell me in the comments, what's one value or goal you're focusing on right now? Thank you for watching, and I'll see